Aaron Backus, Jason Kindler, First Coast Mortgage Funding, and we know that First Coast Mortgage Funding is an excellent place for loan officers to expand their careers.
What we'd like to do is really expand on this and give you really insight and details to what we do on a daily basis and how we can make you successful.
At First Coast Mortgage Funding, we have 6 core values that we operate on. First, winning culture. We like to win. Second, proactive, not reactive. We want to be the first to the finish line. Third, systematic consistency. We have a proven system that works.
Number 4, coach, not criticize. We want to make sure that each team member is coached and not criticized along the way. Number 5, politely relentless. There's things that we need to get in the mortgage industry to get the client to the closing table, and we're going to do that politely and with kindness. And number 6, we do the right thing 100% of the time.
We have a 13-step process to get our files through with the fastest speed. Step 1, loan officer takes the application and reviews the credit.
Step 2, pre-approval. The loan officer sends the pre-approval to the client and any partners involved.
Step 3, the loan officer presents itemized worksheets to the client. Step 4, documents come in, the loan officer reviews it in accordance with the pre-approval already sent. Step 5, contract received. Loan officer picks the lender and the program and passes it to our front-end loan officer assistant team.
Step 6, the contract's received and our front-end loan assistant sends the disclosures to the client to be signed.
Step 7, the package is all put together by a front-end team and submitted to underwriting, and then the processor is assigned. Step 8, appraisal, title, and insurance are ordered. Step 9, loan approved. Our processor reaches out to the client with any further conditions needed in order to get the file ready for clear to close. Step 10, all the conditions received, everything's ready to resubmit for a clear to close. Step 11, file clear to close. Processor reaches out to the client and lets them know their file is ready for closing. Step 12, our closing coordinator reaches out to title, balances the CD, and sends the final CD to the client. Step 13, loan is closed, file is funded, congratulations.
We have a 401k with a company match, and there's been some years we've even paid a profit to our employees from the 401k. We provide options for medical, dental, and ancillary services for insurance.
Common topic that comes up when we're talking to retail LOs is control. Do you lose control as a broker, or does retail give you more control? And I would say that being a broker, you have much more control because you have multiple lenders that are competing for your business. So it's in their best interest to provide you the service that you need on every loan. First in, first out, not waiting over another originator's business to get to your business, or not having to ask a favor of an underwriter to sign off on a condition for you because you are a valued account that they have and they have to service you. Are you tired of submitting your file and getting it kicked back without even being underwritten with all of the things you didn't do? Well, as a broker, super broker, it's the opposite. It's you submit a file to the lender, whether you have one item of information or all of the item information, they fully underwrite the file, condition it, and give it back to you and ask you when they can get the next one.
One thing that sets us apart from other brokers is that we understand and we do a lot of builder business. So I've been doing builder business for the last 12 plus years, and our entire staff from front end to processing to closing understands how to close builder business.
We have a business development program that allows us to dig much deeper in our relationship with our referral partners. We have multiple ways to earn passive income as a loan officer. The first one is a mentorship program. We believe that our loan officers have the ability to mentor and help new loan officers come into First Coast and get paid for it.
Recruiting. So if you recruit a loan officer to come on board with First Coast Mortgage Funding, you will have a program that pays you for the entire time in every loan that they close.
At First Coast Mortgage Funding, we understand the value and the importance of the Spanish-speaking market, and we want to serve that market. We have the ability all the way through origination to closing to accommodate Spanish-speaking clients.
As a super broker, you have the choice of lender. So as a loan officer, you have over 70 choices that you can make. Different lenders are going to have different rates at different times, so you can ensure that you always get the best deal for your client. And yes, we do have commercial loans. At First Coast Mortgage Funding, we pay up to 150 basis points for a loan officer. So we've got the best rates in the industry and we have a high compensation. This is the place to be.
Operations. We have 4 departments in operations. Our front-end loan officer assistant team, our processing team, our management team, and our closer team.
So as loan officers, our specialty is not putting together events, organizing, inviting, everything like that. So we have our director of marketing that helps our loan officers with all those things, all the things that we're not great at. And so we have, event you want to put on, we'll coordinate with our marketing director and put a great event on for you.
What makes us special is our loan officers work together through group text and chats. And what that means to you is if you have a question, you have multiple different people to bounce ideas off and help you solve your issue.
Even being a mid-sized mortgage broker, we have an IT department that handles all of our IT needs. The states that we're licensed in are Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. We're always open to add more states if the loan officer has business in those states.
As a lender, we operate the same as retail with a broker way of business with multiple different lender options.
We have the leading loan origination software for mortgage brokers. Running a pre-approval in our loan origination system is a breeze. We have the ability to run DU and LP side by side. The entire application takes less than 5 minutes. We're web-based and you can use it on your cell phone. If you're a loan officer that has a really strong brand and you're concerned with losing that brand, we've got a program where we can take your brand and use all the resources at First Coast Mortgage Funding. We have a full-time marketing director that our loan officers can bounce ideas off of, that help with events, that help with flyers. If you're a loan officer and you're not exactly sure what to do as far as marketing, we've got all kinds of different ideas that our marketing director comes up with. We also have the ability to help with video. So if you're shooting video these days and you want help with that, you need help with editing, things like that, we have people on staff to help you do that. So when you start at First Coast Mortgage Funding, we have a mentor program. And what that means is that even if you are a retail loan officer coming to the broker side or you're newer to the business, we have somebody that is a paid employee that walks side by side and is going to help with your transition. As a loan officer, you can specialize in different products. We have every product from bank statements to DSCR to land to construction to perm and everything in between. So if you want to have a niche in the market, we've got the program.
Jason and myself are the owners of First Coast Mortgage Funding. We're not only the owners, but we also produce business.
Why that's important is that if you have a manager or an owner that is so far removed from the day-to-day of closing loans, then it's really hard for them to tell you exactly what to do and give you advice on what to do in the market.
We're established producers over many years. We know what you're going through. We're in the trenches and we know how to help with your issues.
We're not just producers. We produce at a high level so that we can lead by example. So a loan officer needs a CRM, and we at First Coast Mortgage Funding pay for a CRM for our loan officers.
One of the most effective ways that our loan officers collaborate is every week they have a loan officer only meeting where there's no management involved, where they freely express ideas and concerns so we can make the company and the process better.
At First Coast Mortgage Funding, we know how important it is for you to have your personal brand as a loan officer. As a loan officer, you've worked hard to build your name and your brand, and we want to make sure that's spotlighted. Are you tired of asking your manager for pricing exceptions? Are you losing deals to another broker? The great news is with our pricing is that it's the best in class, plus you also have full control over the pricing. At First Coast Mortgage Funding, we value reputation, and we've built an amazing reputation over the first few years.
We know how to take care of the client, and we value the relationship with the referral partner.
Every week on Thursdays, I do what's called our sales training. And in sales training, we talk about different ideas, strategies to get more business. So if you're a loan officer that doesn't have much support, this is a great meeting to take your business to the next level. Also, as far as accountability goes, if you want extra accountability, that's also where this takes place.
We are a super broker. Well, what does that mean? We are a lender and a broker. We operate in both worlds and have the advantages of both worlds to service our clients and our referral partners.
What does a week look like as a loan officer at First Coast Mortgage Funding? First thing is we don't like to micromanage, but we do think that these 3 meetings are effective for our loan officers. Once a week, we have a maximum 30-minute meeting where our entire staff participates. Once a week, we have our peer-to-peer meeting. And once a week, we do sales training.